Mine's one with the logo on.
Right. The wireless on. You're gonna have to carry us this episode.
Carry every episode.
Oh. What the hell is that?
Just start again.
Nah, just go on, whatever.
Alright, welcome back to the show. I'm Steve.
I'm Boots.
Welcome back to the show, giddy giddy go. Whistle posse start to blowing.
Good one.
Aye.
Told me rhyme.
So I check the mic.
Took me rhyme, what was it?
Aye, how was your holiday?
Fucking mint.
Aye. He just came back from Hamilton Island.
Oh, it was good, aye. Don't want to be back, like.
Tell all about it.
Now what happened? Good time.
Nice, is it? What was your best bit?
Me best bit. Sitting on the fucking beach, I guess. Like, I don't know. No, it's stunning over there. Like, didn't want to come here. I get on the down after I've been on holiday. Like,
Plan the next thing, eh?
oh, aye. Straight on that booking.com.
Right, what should kick off with then? We've just watched the Thor Eddie Hall fight. Actually, better than what I expected, to be honest. I guess for people who don't know what we're talking about, we'll start with a bit of the backstory, yeah? So, Thor...
When did it start, was it, you know, at the start when it was introducing them and that, it said World's Strongest Man 2017.
17, aye.
Fucking hell, it's been going on
So
for a while,
5 years ago. So, Eddie Hall, he's from Newcastle under Lyme, isn't he? Like,
from Yorkshire somewhere, innit? Where's that?
Newcastle under Lyme,
Is
he's
it,
from,
aye?
aye. So, it's like Stoke kind of way. He's got a little bit of a Scouse, like, mixture accent, like Midlands kind of thing. And Thor's from Iceland.
Aye.
And basically two of the world's top contender in the World's Strongest Man competition. And in 2017, Eddie Hall won it. And he won it just by a few points. And they shook hands and that, but the Thor wouldn't congratulate him. He was just in a pure huff, wasn't he? And he's been making excuses ever since. But he lost a few points for double dipping, which is basically... It was like a shoulder exercise, and he used his legs to like get more leverage to do the thing, and he got that those points deducted. But apparently, that was more points that should have been deducted, but they weren't, just because of like who he is, like a bit of a celebrity and all that, Game of Thrones and that. That he got a little bit of special treatment. But Eddie Hall beat him anyway, and that's been a bit of bad blood ever since, because I've got a bit of fucking hair, mate, aye. Because he wouldn't give him his like respect for beating him fair and square, you know what I mean? And they've just been that's been fucking hell on ever since. But before that, they were like good pals apparently. Like there's a video of Thor and Eddie Hall's having a barbecue and all
Honestly?
that. Like back in the day, I used to be like good mates and that.
Shit crack out in that. Being like a sore loser like that.
I know.
But then look what Eddie Hall's just done after the fight.
Exactly, I mean, they had a few words after the fight, but then he
Did I?
stormed out. So I don't know how it came about that they were going to box each other. But Thor's had a few boxing fights, hasn't he? Like it's something that he must be wanting to do. But it was a fucking spectacle, like. Obviously, 5 years of bitter fucking rivalry.
How's it took 5 years? Because the war on it was because COVID then?
Well, it got put off because Eddie tore his bicep, came off, and he had to get it reattached. And
But wait, saying that was just a couple of months ago?
well, it was last year, I think, and that's when the fight was meant to happen. I think, anyway. Correct us if I'm wrong in the comments. But I thought you could tell in the fight. So Eddie was fighting southpaw. He had his left hand up against his chin and his right hand down by his side. And all he was throwing was this big right haymaker, wasn't he? And he landed it a few times straight away in the first round. In the second round, he like wobbled him a few times.
Oh, he did.
And but he wasn't really boxing. He was just like waiting, just trying to land that big haymaker, wasn't he? He threw a jab a couple of times, but he was just going for that big windmill. And to be fair, if he had landed it a couple more times, he would have knocked him out. But
yes.
But Thor was definitely the better boxer.
I thought that towards the end, like, Eddie looked done in I thought he was going to get knocked out, mate.
He had both his eyes burst early in the fight, Eddie, and he was just wiping the blood away from his eyes, but he didn't have his fucking hands up, so I was like, well, what do you expect? Why haven't you got your hands up, do you know what I mean?
But then he took one of them massive shots, didn't he? And he went doing, but he got straight back up, like.
He got dropped twice, didn't he? And Thor's technique was kind of good, to be fair. Like,
I thought he looked good, mate. I honestly
like a couple
did.
of crisp, straight
But
shots on the left hook
yeah.
and all that. But it was a lot more entertaining than what I thought it was going to be. Like, I just thought it was just going to be like one explosive round and then they'll both be gassing, just hanging on each other. But there was no leaning or hugging or none of that.
Especially for the weight.
They were just it was actually, I say it better than what I thought it was going to be. Still a pure spectacle though. I was sitting watching it, this is fucking ridiculous, this man, isn't it? What it's this, man.
Aye.
Funny though, definitely enjoyed it. to be fair, I obviously wanted Eddie Hall to win, but going into it, I thought Thor was going to win, like.
I think everyone did, didn't they?
Aye.
Fair play to him for getting in there, though. He was the build-up and that was good.
Aye, the press conferences were mint.
Aye.
They done an interview last week.
I still haven't watched them, you know.
Oh yeah, fucking mint, you know. And they're just obviously going back and forth, griefing each other. Thor's getting proper angry and that. And at the very end of the interview, when the interviewer was wrapping it up, Eddie Hall pulled out a double dip. If you're from England, you know what a double dip is, where you get that little stick. And he's going, he licks it, he goes, these are beautiful sweets, you get these in England. He goes, you lick it, you dip it in there, and then you dip it in there. It's called a double dip, because now you got disqualified for double dipping.
Aye.
And then just before the camera went off, he went, Eddie's a cunt. Sorry, Thor's a cunt. Before the camera went off, just got the last little dig in before the camera went off. Dead funny, like big kids.
Aye. He was I'd seen when Thor called him a fat pig and all that.
Aye.
I was crazy, and then he's sitting there eating double dip as and
Aye, actually goes,
you look like a
you went to Thor, he says, see man, you look like a fucking smackhead or something, see how skinny you are, he says, you shut up, you fat pig. Don't talk to me, you fat pig.
Fat pig. Burners on the way doing that. He called him a skinny dog with AIDS, didn't he?
That was it, you look, you're a skinny dog with AIDS. Don't talk to me like that, you fat pig. The build-up was better than the fight, to be fair. But fair play, now good on them. They've obviously earned a bit of coin. They put on an entertaining show, and you know what I mean? Who doesn't want to see two fucking massive fucking huge blokes covered in tattoos punching fucking each other, do you know what I mean? It was fucking great. Aye. Fucking great stuff, you know what I mean?
He's just like the true Geordie, isn't he? Massive.
I wish he would get in one of them
massive
cunts.
bloke covered in tattoos. Do you know he's stronger than 99.9% of the population?
I know.
What a dickhead!
He should get in.
I fucking love to see it.
No.
I'd love to see him call someone and get chinned.
No. What was with that wooden title belt at the end though? Is that a real belt?
That's what I was saying. I look like something off the set
it
of the
was
fucking Game of
you know how
Thrones.
you've got like middleweight, heavyweight? This was Titan weight. So whenever that's the Titan weight belt.
Maybe it's like...
It was like it's made of fucking wood.
Is that even a thing? A Titan weight after heavyweight? It's super heavyweight, isn't it?
Must be after
heavyweight.
super heavyweight. They were fucking 150 kilos now, weren't they?
I just thought anything after heavyweight was super heavyweight, and then
just after that doesn't matter. It's just it's obviously just.
But there's no super heavyweights about these days. Like what was Butterbean back in the day and that?
I don't know. Must just be like a gimmick.
Maybe like aye. Do you have any notes written doing this week?
Not really, but we've just also watched the Paddy the Baddy v Vargas fight.
Oh yes.
They
were on at the same time. They were proper clashed.
Aye,
I was hoping to watch them both, but I never got to watch that.
They were
fight,
literally on at the exact same time, but we managed to find a good video of the Paddy fight. We'll watch it just now for this, and he's good. That Paddy, he's
I've proper warmed to him, like I quite like him, like he's great. I think like I've watched a few interviews with him this week, like after I come back from holidays, like loads of time spare and that, lying about. Watch loads of interviews with him. He's actually like he comes across like a good bloke.
Aye.
He's only young as well, isn't he?
I think so. He looks young. But I watched that clip UFC put on the other day of like his highlights of his like last 5 fights, and he is an impressive fighter. Like he's obviously got loads of skill, and he gets out of like he's been dropped like quite a few times, and like he gets taken down, but he's got a way of just. Like he's good on the ground, that isn't he? And just reversing things, and
it's like a snake,
he's won 2 flying fucking triangle chokes. Like, he's won 2 fights by doing that. And he can dig and all. And this Vargas we've just watched there, he tapped him out in the first round, didn't he? But he was getting pumped. Like as soon as the bell went, he got taken down.
Aye.
And then they were just
caught a hellish dig as well.
And then they were just resting on the floor, and then he got his back, didn't he? Found his moment and just tapped him smooth out. So I think he's going to be big, him.
Aye, it looks that way, doesn't
Another
it?
big British fighter.
Good, I'm pleased.
Aye.
It looked like it was a good card, that, to be honest, but I was too busy watching this spectacle.
Aye.
But that's about all the fighting things I've got to talk about.
Well, Paddy the Baddy though, like he does think about Ricky Hatton used to do, doesn't he? He gets dead fat and that between fights, hands on the piss and that, and just like balloons up, like fat as fuck. And then the shape he's in when he's fighting, he's like ripped up.
Aye.
It's mental, innit? Like, I don't think that's a good idea, mate. Obviously, you've got to enjoy your fucking life and do what you want to do, but I don't know if that can be good for your body. Like, putting on all that weight and drinking and eating loads of shit and then getting back into camp and training for a couple of months before you fight. Like, wouldn't you be better off just staying in condition somewhat the whole time? obviously, like, you would have a few weeks off and, like, not be as strict, but you'd think going up and down in weight wouldn't be good for your heart and all that, do you know what I mean?
Maybe
and your cardio.
I'm not. It's working for him, innit?
Maybe it's something that'll come out to bite him later, like maybe it did Ricky Hatton. Like Ricky Hatton, his last 2 fights, but obviously he got pumped off Pacquiao, didn't he? Like, wasn't even hardly a fight. But off Mayweather, he was doing well, but he started gassing, didn't he? Like after like the second half of the fight and that. Maybe he's that, had he been more conditioned throughout his whole career and not took the foot off the pedal between fights, maybe he would have done better, I don't know.
Who knows, eh?
Can it be good for you though? That's all I'm saying.
You see Newcastle's back to winning ways. Got beat twice, we got robbed though.
I know,
on one of them, and then on the other one, shit. I watched it.
Everton one.
It was crap. I thought it was shit, mate. And that.
What happened with the Chelsea one first of all? I didn't see that one. How did we get robbed?
We were meant to have a penalty as well, and what did happen? I can't even remember properly now.
Referee was.
We were meant to have a penalty. Was not them? Should have had someone sent off. I'd have been asked something like that.
Referee was a posh sort from Chelsea, was he?
Nah, he's a prick.
Yeah, there you go.
But we should have won that. But then I was watching the Eddie Howe press after it, and I wrote it down. Like, did you see what one of the questions one of the blokes asked him? Yeah. He asked our manager Eddie Howe what he thought of 81 executions on Saturday in Saudi Arabia after the Chelsea game.
What?
That's what I asked him after the game.
Why?
Nah, why exactly? That's what I was going to ask you. I'll see you.
What's that got to do about, like?
Wait, just because where Newcastle's got the Saudi money, they pay all the wages and that, but like, what a thing to ask the manager, you know what I mean? He's just trying to do his job, you know what I mean?
Ah, fucking hell, like, he's got nothing to do with that, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just because they're funding the club doesn't mean he's a fucking politicking.
Aye, aye. Different
aye, what a cunt trick, whoever that reporter was.
Aye, man, just trying
putting him on the spot like that.
Aye, well, anyway, he handled it really well.
What do you want him to say? Oh, I think it's great, aye.
I think he just...
what did he say?
I think he just said, I'm just here to talk about the football and that. But what a few people said to me, and what is actually a good point is, like, in America they still have the death penalty and that. Did they ask fucking Man U's manager what he thinks? I don't know, you know what I mean?
All the people who have been wrongfully executed on death row.
Aye. What's it got to do with the football league? And so that's a bit of that was a topic of mine that I wanted.
And then what happened at the Everton game? I watched the first half, and it was 0-0, wasn't it? And then I was on the bus watching it on my way to work, and then I went to the gym. So I was like in and out, like just tapping back in to see if there was any.
I was at work, mate.
So I missed the goal, like, but obviously now we got beat 1-0, and then I tuned in and there was some fucking bulb. Cable tied himself to the post.
There's loads of funny memes and that.
Meet his murder on his t-shirt.
No, I didn't say that.
Something like that.
It said stop oil. Just stop oil, okay? Something like that.
Stop oil, okay.
Just stop oil.
And then some website that was just pure loads of letters that was pure illegible that no one's ever gone on.
Was it actually?
It was just like a website, but it was dead long, wasn't it? A simple one.
What it did actually say was just stop oil.
Was that what it was?
Aye. So what does he mean by that, like? How do you stop oil?
Maybe on about pollution and that, like oil pollution.
Just stop oil. Is he on
oil gone into the world's oceans. Hey. The petrol prices have went up fucking loads, yeah, now haven't they?
I don't know. I haven't filled up. $250. Was it?
$2.50, and it's like £2 odd in England and all now. It's fucking hellish.
Is that what it is? $2.50.
It was someone sent us a photo of one Leighton petrol station. It was like the petrol's like $1.90 odd, and the diesel was like £2 odd.
Where the one at Leighton Mill down the road, it's over £2 that. But what people are saying, like on the local pages and all that, not that I get on them, but they were saying like these small garages are like asking people if they could stick with them, like just to support them and that, because they're actually getting ripped off massively by the big. It's like the places like Asda and all that who can buy it in massive bulk, but these small garages.
It's got to go to the wholesalers, haven't they?
Aye, well, these little garages are putting the prices right up because they're getting ripped off and all.
That's it, man.
They're making fuck all off it.
That's it.
You see, like, I know where I'd be going at a place with a little price.
I know.
If I was meant, I'd go into the small garage.
If money wasn't an issue and you weren't like necessarily struggling, then I'd like to think you would support local businesses and that, and not support the man.
Does it even? You know what I mean? Do you know when places put the prices up by like a couple of pence? I'm not bothered about that, me.
Nah.
Like, I mean, my mouth say, oh, it's a bit cheaper there and there, but you'll spend more money driving there just to get it. That doesn't even make that much difference. Like.
Ah, you're right. Like the prices.
But obviously, it's went right up by double lately, so that's obviously taken
the electricity prices and that have went up double by, I think, is it April or something or May when the
Why has that happened?
I don't know.
To someone tell me, because I'm sick of asking people, you know.
So the petrol prices have went up, and they've literally put the gas and electric up by double.
Aye.
That's how the fuck can you do that, man? You know what I mean?
But why? I keep asking people why, and no one's giving us an answer. Like someone now in the comment, because he didn't know.
I read something that the government are saying that they spent so much money trying to save the world from COVID that this is just another tax they need to bring in to It's just
is that who said that?
No, I read it somewhere on the internet.
No way.
Yeah. It's just a way of like
read it somewhere on the internet.
Aye, so it must be true, aye. But just a way to cover the deficit, but it's probably just all some fucking mad load of bullshit, isn't it?
And I.
Wait, aye.
Wait, that makes sense though. Like, if they have spent, because how can a country just pay people for not doing nothing? You know what I mean?
What about all the fucking billionaires who've made loads of pharmaceuticals and all that shit?
Aye,
like, all the billionaires. Like, why aren't they the ones who have to foot the bill? Aye,
pretty
great,
cool, hey.
Not what doing. Well, I'm not doing.
No, but do you know, like for all that time when people weren't going to work and they were getting paid anyway.
Aye, like, just money in it.
And then they've just doubled the gas and electric price. I think people is fake, like.
I know.
Like, or is it the war in Russia that's done it? I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, you see, in England, I thought it might be to do with the EU and all that shit, because the trade and all that. But then it's went up here as well, and this has nothing to do with Europe, so fuck knows. Maybe there's you have to think, oh, they did it, so we can do it, just earn a few more quid. But I literally know nothing about it, so this is pure fucking hearsay, like. This is pure fucking, what's the word? Conjecture.
Aye. I don't know. Take whatever. Pure, what do you say with a pinch of salt?
Pure speculation.
I know. Oh, I had another note written to.
Hey, the sign's still going strong anyway.
And we had to get onto the YouTube for a new one, I reckon. See if we can get something done. I had something else written. Oh no.
Shout out to Glenn, the Min and Patterson and all the lads at the stag do. Look like a pure crease.
On his stag day.
I look like a belt of that, like I wish I'd have been there. Looked class. What's your note then?
Alright, so. And I didn't want to rattle anyone's cage, yeah. This is just what I'm reading on the internet, yeah.
You read it on a website, did you?
It's true, like, it's all over the news now. So, Leah Thomas, transgender swimmer, just captured women's NCAA title for 500 yards and didn't even break a sweat. So basically, there's this swimmer in the, like the universities in America and that. She's a bloke. She was a bloke. Was quite mediocre in the swimming team. Took a year off to be a woman, and then now she's breaking records in the States and that, being a woman. Just wondering what you thought about all that.
Oh, fucking hell. It's obviously not right, is it?
Oh no, I think it's all great.
Wasn't it? Wasn't that like?
Things like that,
wasn't that the same thing with a male bodybuilder who then had a sex change and became a woman?
Laurel Hubbard.
Aye.
But like, all good for them, I think.
Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's not a level playing field anymore because.
So listen to this. Sorry to interrupt you, right? So. Even though she has all the muscular advantage of a man who has trained with men all of his life, undergone male puberty and grown to a height of 6'3", Thomas has the enormous shoulders of a man, the larger lungs of a man, and the larger hands and feet of a man. So there's no real advantage really in swimming. Well, what does that make a difference of, like?
I don't know. It's something that's going to have to be addressed over time because
fuck that, address it now.
It can't be but I mean like with the sporting authorities, like Steve. You can't have an unfair advantage going into a sport. It's just not fair to the other athletes, is it? But it's crazy, like it's mad. But this day was gonna come on it.
What I think they should do is have a whole new transgender league. Let them compete against other transgender men who have changed from women and women who have changed from men. And we'll just have two new things.
If that is obviously a fact that, you know, men are genetically stronger and all that stuff, then...
It is, isn't it?
Then it's just now it's not against transgenders, but it's just not fair to the other women, is it?
No. Just not fair.
Oh, why?
Let them date though, you know what I mean?
There it is. Did you have any other notes?
Some billionaires have put in for Chelsea from Saudi Arabia as well.
Oh, have they? Trying to copy the tune, are they?
Aye, they must be, aye. And they make our owners look skinned.
Do they?
But nowadays, I bet you if it was to like be serious and all that, I bet you would sail through. It wouldn't take them fucking 5 years to get it, would it?
Aye,
them posh sold from doing the country.
From the university.
It'll sail through the court.
I know. Let's read the comments. So we've got a few comments because obviously last week's episode we put out was recorded the same day as the previous one. So obviously last week we didn't read any comments out. So let's see, we've got
Big two professionals.
any building up.
That day.
Pango 2007. Chris Laura's autistic feature on his head is the story we all hope for. Glenn Patterson, haha, I can't wait for this old story on the next one, haha. Oh well, as
Did
it
he say haha?
Aye. Ha 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 ha, gonna have me ill.
I bet he's ill off his stand, eh?
Well, I guess I forgot. I was meant to do it in the last episode. I totally forgot. So, Magaluf 2008. I'll set the scene. First lads' holiday, like me and me pals. I grew up with from that. And this one night, obviously went out drinking and all that stuff. I'm at the hotel. Me mate Chris, who was on the show on the voice note the other week. I've already asked his permission to tell the story. By the way, he said I'd go for it. He stayed up all night drinking vodka and that. And by the time we all got up, he was like running the pool already, fucking smashed. And a few months prior, we're out in Newcastle and we're walking up the big market on the cobbled streets. And one of your mates, Huggy, horrible cunt, yeah, went up behind him and like picked him up like that on his shoulders and then lost his balance and fell back. And Chris like cracked his head off the cobbles and had to get took to an ambulance and everything, like split all his head open and that. It was pretty bad. And he went to hospital and all that. And anyway, he was left with this massive scar on the back of his head that we always said looked like a cat's arsehole. And if you just want an example, so this morning in Magaluf, after I've been up Aline on the drink, one of the other lads, Goffy, got a napkin and went, what's Goffy doing? And he just traced the scar onto a napkin. And Goffy's just sitting at the pool bar just like that. Wait, what the fuck's he doing? And he came back with this napkin, it was a masterpiece of like a little cat around the thing, like looking like that, so it looks like a cat's arse.
Tail up and everything.
And from there, it was like, oh, there was a tattoo shop next door to the hotel. And Goffy was like, oh, Howard, you've got to get it done. Like, if we all chip in, will you get it done? And I honestly, like, I was the only one, if not one other person, I think maybe Snowball now, like, oh yeah, I didn't get that done, Chris, it's a stupid idea, you're mad. But everyone else is like, oh, go on, Chris, get it done. And anyway, he ended up saying, I will get it done. All the lads chipped in. And I was just like, in the tattoo shop as well, I was like, come on, Chris, honestly, you're going to regret this massively now. You're going to get a cat tattooed in the back of your fucking head. I was like, oh, you're mad.
Look good.
He's like, oh, no, I've already swore down now, I've got to do it now. He's like, I've swore down in my niece's life, so I've got to do it now. I was like, oh, Harry the neighbour. And I turned around and walked out the shop, then I just heard, and I turned around and Chris was face down in the pillow like that. The bloke tattooing his head. And I'll show the picture on your techno, take it away, there's the photo. And there it is, it's his only tattoo at this day as well, the cat bum. And obviously he had to get his hair like bicked. He had a bleach blonde mohawk at the time, then they had to shave, they like got it big and like shaved a chunk out the mohawk. So the mohawk at the back went like that, around the tattoo. And in Magaluf, like everyone got to know it and everyone seen it in the bars and that. And he became like a bit of a local legend in Magaluf that week. And apparently the following year, like my cousin and all his pals went to Magaluf, and there was this particular bar called The Office where we used to have Gantney, and apparently they had t-shirts pinned up behind the bar with a picture of Cat Bum on it.
Honestly?
Aye.
No way.
We called him Mr. Magaluf.
Shut up, man.
Aye, but hats off, Chris. But we went back the next day, right, and he went to bed and all that, and then when he woke up the next morning, he hung over to bits and realised what he'd done. We all came in the room, he was sitting there, devastated. And one of the lads goes, then we be Chris, you'll always be able to get a job at Pets at Home. He's like, what's my man gonna say? Oh, it was dead funny. But I still got that tattoo this day. But I want legend making that done, fuck now. Some boy, yeah.
I wonder when the last time it come out was.
You've got a story about that, haven't you?
The cat one.
When it came out, didn't you?
Oh, we got it. I remember when I and Abba and that, and he was saying no chances the cat coming out. And the first night, like, full of whiskey and all that, cigar, and I just go on then.
Oh, hey.
Get it out then, raise that out.
I remember,
big cat swinging.
I remember the build up that holiday, like I didn't get on this holiday, but Chris was gone, and I said, yeah, you're not for a fact you're going to get that tattoo on the holiday. Oh, definitely not, like, no way, man, shame me. He grows his hair in that now, so you can't see the tattoo. But back then he did as well, he's always knew that's coming out. But first night, was it?
Oh, aye. I remember that.
Get the cat out.
First day and that, I was hung out at the bits and that. And I remember I remember being in the supermarket or the street and all that, just like hung out at the bits and I like fucked. And I just I was at the till and all that, and I just heard all this clattering on and all that. And it's fucking looked out to me left, there's Chris fucking hanging out there, like in the thing at the front. He's like, yeah, where's your chilly heat wave, like?
Yeah, he'd sweat dripping off his chin and that. Pissed into his heat and all that.
Yeah.
Where's the chili heat?
I was like, that's the last thing you need, the fucking heat wave, like.
Where's the chili heat wave? Sweating his tail
His
off.
eyes went back across now, aren't they?
Oh, hey.
Proper funny.
So aye, there's your cat bum story, folks. What time we're on?
There's Chris abroad.
Aye.
An idiot abroad.
So in the next series of Idiot Abroad, aye.
26 minutes.
Alright, shall we stop and start again? So a different thingy.
Aye.
Pause the camera and we'll I'll pause this now. Aye, so we'll just crack on with the rest of these comments. So Dan Holmes, solid chat lads, great to make spag ball to. Making his tea, watching the show. Chaz Walk Kid. Yeah, I agree, Steve-O. It's a shame White ain't playing ball, robbing us all of a decent build-up.
Has that ever happened with that at all?
Plus, now we don't know if he's even game at all. P.S. David, as in Brent. It's a line off the office, isn't it? Oh, because he put the comments last week.
Aye.
Who's David, didn't he?
But,
aye.
Expanded on that. Has there been any more? Obviously, I've been away. I haven't really been interested.
I've seen nothing with that. Like,
nothing at all.
I know that there's a date. It's sold out in minutes, and that's it. Like, I don't know if there's going to be any more press about it.
Aye. And the other thing as well, Joshua's wondering who he's going to be fighting, isn't he, or something?
Aye, because obviously the whole Ukraine situation, U6 obviously probably not going to be able to fight anytime soon. So I think Joshua's wanting to fight soon, but he says he's only going to fight anyone in the top 10.
Fair enough, like.
Aye, good on him, aye. I wonder if he could fight Wilder.
I would love to see that.
I don't know if Wilder's really focused on boxing at the minute. I mean, to be fair to him, like, he had 3 big fucking fights against Fury, like took some hiding, some beatings, and some shots, didn't he? Like, if I was him, I'd be like, now let's fuck boxing, like, you know what I mean?
Sack it off.
Like, it'd be nice to see him come back and get a good win, like.
Would you like to see him beat Joshua, like? I've went off Joshua lately,
I would nowadays. I would obviously want Joshua to beat him.
I would like to see
because he's what countryman, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and you've always got to root for your countryman.
Aye.
Unless it's Tyson v Lewis, but I think Wilder would do him. I don't know if Joshua's head's gone a bit now. Like in his interviews and that, he looks a bit rattled, doesn't he?
I just, the last couple of times I've watched him, I went off on me. Like, I thought he'd come across that arrogant. I've never really. I know there's a lot of people that don't like him, but I've always thought he was a good bloke.
Thought he was a great bloke, aye.
Role model and everything, and then just seems like lately he's been an arsehole. But I'd now like to see Andy Ruiz fight Joshua again. But I was watching a video of Andy Ruiz training. He doesn't even look like a heavyweight anymore. You should see him.
Looks in good shape, aye. He's lost too much weight, hasn't he?
I don't know what weight he is now, but
training with Canelo, isn't he?
I don't think he can be a heavyweight now.
He's an interesting fighter, like if Dillian White and Chisora and that. Like, it'd be good to see him fight them. They're good fights, them.
Aye, they are.
But we've got another comment here. Becca Martin X. You guys are class. Thought for a min you were ready to MC. Well, I was there. With that mic check 1 2, brilliant. Watching from Glasgow. Oh well, thanks very much for the support, Hen.
Aye, Chaz, okay.
And then last but not least, the #1 super fan. Another great podcast, lads. Enjoy your holiday, Bootsy, Lee O'Neill. Thanks very much, Lee. Appreciate the ongoing support. How the hell scrolling? Oh, there's actually one more comment. Johnny362, wasn't that who was taking the piss on the early episodes? Where he was writing salty comments and that?
I can't remember.
Remember, he's griefed early on. Let's see what he says.
What did he say, like?
Johnny362, hear that laugh at the start of the video on the intro is blatantly fake. Who the fuck do you think you are, you sad cunt?
Shut up, man.
Why, aye? Fucking hell.
How can you fake a laugh?
Well, Johnny, thanks very much for the continued support and for the comment. And that laugh is genuine.
Aye, it is.
Now
aye.
it is.
Aye.
Should we describe or should we just play it?
Just play it.
Techno, take it away.
Oh, I'm sticking. Oh, that is.
There you go. So the laugh's definitely real.
Aye.
And on that note, should we wrap this one up?
I wrap it right up.
All right. Well, thanks again for watching. Thanks for your.
Oh, you heard it from Phil.
Nah.
I've been texting while I've been away.
Nah.
My bed wasn't made like when I come back.
Shut up, man, you daft cunt.
You've been in there.
Right, thanks for watching.
Hey, you have.
Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for what you call it on Instagram. Follow on Instagram. We're ticking our slowly, so thanks so much for all your support and yeah, signing out.
Cheers.